was alright now because anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto sharing at the SEC.
You like what you see. Well then, please subscribe, eh? And if you like what we do, then smash that like button too. Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2. Test test. That might be part of the problem right there. Check, check, 1 2.
One of these days, Margaret, one of these days, you want to figure it out. Keep pressing those buttons. One of us bound to do something cool. It's the crickling sound of a water bottle. I'm watching this alien. He's dancing on the TV screen. Told you they was real. It's on TV, ain't it? They keep flipping channels, man. Can't y'all just sit and watch one thing? Why you always gotta be flipping channels like that?
Whenever you're lonely, just pick up the phone and call me.
I like this song. It's got a little Stones vibe to it until he starts singing.
Girl, let me show you, you're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there.
But he sings good, you know.
And if you get blue,
less than a minute to rock and roll.
Yeah, I'll be there. Your heartache, it kills me, but your loving, it thrills me. I'll be there. Whatever tomorrow may hold, I know you're the one for me.
Oh, I forgot to do a monitor check. It's important to do now.
What's that button do? Holy crap! Look at that!
And when I'm at home,
What's that one to do?
I got no one to hold.
What's this other one do?
Tell me I'll
Where'd the music go? Where did the music go? There ain't no music. Oh. Well, I like it. I think it's kind of preppy, kind of hippie.
Still not sure about this mic check. We'll just roll with it. Crank the music down just a tad. I have not solved the problem of an echo in my monitor. And so if I monitor myself normally through the software, yeah, I start getting slow. Sounds like I'm drunk. So I'm monitoring myself through the Focusrite, but it doesn't let me hear it the way that you guys are going to hear it. It is time to get started here on the Road Dog Crypto Show. Welcome. Hey, glad to have everyone who is tuning in, whether you are live or just checking this out later. What we do here, we just kind of break down the markets, kind of look at Bitcoin. Got the chat box going if you guys want to drop a line to request a coin for us to look at. And otherwise, that's what we do. We just kind of look at what's out there, the coins out there, what's hot, what's not, what might be getting in for a good setup. Talking about the crypto market in general. Trading strategies. Talk about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Might be something useful there. I am no guru. But I've been down this road a few times. That's why I'm very grateful to be your road dog. So you can avoid the pitfalls that I've made. And here we are on Crypto Bubbles. That's the hour price. Let's come over here and check out the daily, because that's where it really matters. Where's the big movers coming in today? Well, we got KCS, KuCoin shares, taking a little bit of a bump up. Hey, Hex is in the green. Finally got something going on with Hex. ICP still struggling under $4, which is not a bad place, in my opinion, for ICP. And let me do one more quick mic check here. I believe that's just a little bit better. Maybe turn the music back up just a hair there. Caspa's at 2 cents now. Still checking those mic levels there. I think we're okay. Poor old Dot's down at 438. We got Casper coming in at 4 cents. Doge, okay. We're there at the 6 cents. Ooh, if you just drop back down to 5, Doge, I might take a look at you. Phantom's up to 25, almost 26 cents. Let's just jump right on into Bitcoin. That's why we're here. Look at this. You know what I'm looking at? Know what I'm looking at? Know what I'm looking at? Looking at this green dot. See that green dot? This one right here. See it? See it? I'm dancing all around it. See it? That green dot. Hey, Chris is in the house. Happy Green Day in the markets. Yeah, we need that, right? Looks like it may last for a little bit with that green dot on Market Cipher on the daily for Bitcoin. It's a good sign that we may possibly, excuse me, may possibly get a bounce there. We did wick below this trend line. That's a little nerve-wracking. And when you come down to the lower time frames, just depending on how you got your trend line drawn, but to me that looks like a tiny little bitty bear trap, which I take as a good sign. Let me come over to another chart. Give me just a second here. Got the frog in my throat. Naranja. Bitcoin USD chart. I believe this is the one on the bigger picture. Yeah. So looking at this inverted head and shoulders, we've talked about that and what it does. 65% chance to come back to the neckline, retest it, and bounce from there. Did we do that? Because we got these two little pin bottoms right there, right at 24.7, right 24.8 in that area. Perfect area for here. Not at the bottom of this trend line, so that's kind of hopeful. Now, we did have pin bottoms here too, and look what we had, a nice day and a little bit of a rise back to the upside, and then we started coming back down. So not yet confirmed whether this is great or not. But our MACD seems to be headed in the right direction. We got that green dotted market cipher. Hopefully we won't play red light, green light, and maybe we'll get a nice solid bump up. Want to look to the left and see if there's any. There is nothing over there except for this bottom wick there at 26,580. Wow. Let's see if we can find this indicator. Where did you go, my man? Fixed range volume profile. That's what we're looking for. Why are you up there? We got the whole range there. Okay. So very little resistance till we get up to this area, about 26,749. That is a great area to target. There's going to be a lot of resistance there anyway. You can see that on the charts with all the sideways movement. Just like to look for confluence on other indicators. Looks like it might be a nice couple of days, maybe. Got to get above this 25.8 area. Now we're going to have a hiccup there with all this support and resistance area. We have, that's a very good area for us to find resistance. And look, we got some moving averages moving in around there too, the 21. So you can count, at least we're headed up 25.6, right? Got to test that area. Stochastics are going up just a little bit on the 4 hour, getting a little high there. Not quite seeing the move that we need to out of the MACD, but it may be on the way. Let's check the lower time frames. They got it on the lower time frames, should spill over to the 4 hour. From there, maybe I'll have enough strength to spill over to the 6 hour and then spill over to the 8 hour. That's just kind of how this stuff works. Use multi time frames to kind of track this stuff. It does help. But we are going to struggle up through here for a little bit. Chris says all the Elliott Wave analysts are looking for one more low with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in the upper resistance area now. Well, Elliott Wave. I'm not an Elliott Wave expert. I understand the basics of it. Well, we're looking at a trend change right here, unless they're looking at that as possible ABC reversal or ABC correction. And I'm not even gonna get the fancy lines, but is it doing the fancy lines? Okay, don't do the fancy lines. The 1, 2, 3, and your 4. Here's the thing about Elliott Wave, though. Your 4 is not supposed to come and touch your 1, or it invalidates this whole move. We did that. So if they're counting that, well, they got to scrap all this and go with 1. And then wherever this 2 might be, which could be where it's at. I may need to tune into a few and see how they are explaining it and looking at it. Like I said, I'm not an Elliott Wave expert, but I do know that much about it, and that's the basics of it. And even I think if you're looking at this as an ABC, then this could be the start of your. I don't see that as a correction. It definitely looks like it could be getting legs here, doing a little skip, hop, and jump, a little stair step. But we're still going about the guidelines of the inverted head and shoulders too. That's valid. Have the falling channel there. Those are two bullish patterns right there. The only thing that's kind of, and I'm on the weekly. I'm here on the weekly, not on the daily. I'm here on the weekly looking at all this. The only thing that I don't like is being under the 200 on that weekly. Chris says maybe corrective wave, only one more down. Lots of traders are long right now too. I'm seeing some good signs to maybe consider long. But I mean, if we, my line in the sand for really coming down is probably right under 20, 25. I don't want to see this white trend line break. If I see that break, then I'm looking for a much bigger move. And if it were to do that, I mean, we could be looking back at 15,000. Of course, it wouldn't necessarily meet that whole point of that move. More conservative version would be here, which would still get us in the area of about 18.5. Let's see if we got anything Fibonacci related in that area. So the 618 here and the 786. If there was a correction, the 786 would be one to look at. So, I mean, there's some confidence for that idea, but it, you know, I've got to see some more bearish signs on the indicators on the larger time frames for us to go down there. And, you know, they're not always looking so hot. Remember the weekly right here on the MACD. That's my biggest concern. So still open to the idea, but right here, I mean, what we got going on short term looks kind of promising. The 3 days starting to level out a little bit. And the daily is looking nice. So I'm seeing a little bit of upside coming, at least, you know, maybe for this next week or part of this next week. And still got my eyes right here about 26.5. Not expecting a big, huge move, but 26.5. But as long as this support area here keeps holding, man, I'm happy. And as long as this area right here at 25 holds for a daily candle close, man, I'm ecstatic that we're finding support on this neckline area. So according to pattern traded and Bukowski statistics, 65% chance for a throwback, or what we more commonly now call a pullback. Price comes back to retest this area at the neckline, and then from there can find support and find some more upward area. That is still how I am playing it, although we've talked about the possibility since we've lost this 100 moving average of coming down at least to this 200, about 23.7. And that's starting to flirt with this trend line. So short term, it looks like we might get a bump up, but again, we could come back down. There are some signs here on these moving averages that are a little alarming. And that's where the 50 crossed the 100. That's kind of bearish there. And we got a bearish cross of the 9 over the 21. And all three of those are coming down, although that 100 is still on that upward trajectory. So that will put a little bit of brakes on things. I'll actually put a nice little brake on things, keep us from just pounding straight down, I believe. But still, we got some downward momentum. Four hours starting to shape up kind of nice. And let me come over to this chart here. It's just a little cleaner. This was some of the stuff I was looking at earlier. Actually, I had this line drawn a little tighter where it kind of was more of a bear trap. But when I went back on the 4 hour, line things up better with that candle body where it gave me a little bit lower, and it's actually where it bounced. So those things line up pretty nice. Green dot there. Stochastic's getting a little high on the 4 hour. Guess I can get rid of that circle now. So just gotta see if we got enough juice to break up above this trend line, get above that 21 moving average there. If we can get a breakout, and then more upside, possibly up to around 27. But if we can't, we get rejected there. Well, that comes back to our bearish scenario, testing this bottom trend line. Don't want to see a break. Now, I had a short going on, but kind of, I think I closed that, or at least I got it down to almost nothing, as I just didn't like the sudden bullishness I'm seeing there. May look at reopening that, just depending on how we open up, how we do up here on this trend line around 25.7. Come down to the lower time frame at the 1 hour, and you know, this could be a possible flag before we get a rise up. That's actually what it's looking to shape up to. When I'm looking at the moving averages here, 9's over the 50, bullish. 21's coming to the upside, bullish. And we're just below the 100 and 200, so good chance to retest those, and that is just right under 26,000. So short term looks like we're moving now. Let me come down to the 15. There is a breakout. It's a low volume breakout. Price is going up. Volume right here is coming down. So not a strong move. Hope that the 9 will cross the 21. That would be the bullish move that we need to see. It's going to have to see a jump up in price here really soon in order for that to happen. MACD is trying to do something there. Getting a little bit of more momentum. I'm seeing some weakness there, so there may be another retest down here, the 200. Around 25,400, somewhere through there. Let's see what our little 1 minute has been doing. I watch this one a lot. Probably more than I should. But when if I'm trading perpetuals, I'm usually watching this guy. And that looks kind of nice, how these indicators just flip-flop. And now they're in order. Almost. 9's got to get over the 21 here. Looks like it's going to get ready to try. We'll just hang out and see if we can break that trend line. Signal whether we're going to get a move up or not. Let's go to the chat. Or I'll lose my voice. Hopefully the sound's okay. I know notice the stream I did last night, it was kind of in and out and couldn't really hear it that well. So tweak these settings and then forget where they were. Lady was pumping today too. I'm trying to catch that one for a pump. Let's see, Ali and Pepe didn't seem to be moving much for alts. And when price is consolidating under the moving average, that's typically a bullish sign. A lot of the times, yeah. So, you know, I have not messed with Lady. Let's take a look at Lady. Let me get on a decent time frame here. I would say buy a bit would probably be a good place to have that. I'm sure it hasn't been around too long. I went to May. Wow, looks like a rounded accumulation for that. I didn't expect that out of this coin. For a meme coin, I wouldn't have expected that. So that's kind of cool. Looks like it lines up pretty nice too. I like where the moving averages are. Let's come down to a little bit lower. Check our 4 hour here. So to me, that looks bullish. I mean, price should come down and retest this 9 moving average. And that's a bunch of zeros and then 3130. currently is at a bunch of zeros and 36.84, and a good chance even at some point. I mean, it's going to retest this 100 at some point, but eventually moving up to this the 200 moving average, and it's on the 4-hour time frame. It's at 47.89. So let's check the 15 and see if we're still kind of bullish or not here. Now that could be what happened. More than likely. So there's a trend line matching up with the 100. This one's below the 50. So I expect us to test here, and that kind of does a little head and shoulders type shape. And overall, we're making a megaphone pattern, which is this one's bearish. But the moving averages right now, I mean, they're stacked up nice. 9's over the 21, and it's flagging out here. Ooh, the RSI looks funky. I don't see... I just see hidden bullish divergence with the price going up and the RSI coming down. This thing, I'm not convinced that it wants to stop yet. Looks like it might still have some legs there. Price has recovered. I'm the 45-minute now. Price has recovered over the 9, so it looks promising. It may shoot up. Oh, if I was going to play this guy, I'd be looking at 42.90 and 44.78. And if I was trying to get into it, I would say once it breaks this, it's probably pretty much done for a little while. I mean, you could get in at the 21. And it's about 34.31 there, or down at 30.73. But it looks like it's trying to do something. So Lady may be on the hot list. One coin that kind of was surprising, that I actually added to my bag while it was down in the lows, was Astra. And had a nice day. So let's check this measurement here. It doesn't look like, from where did I take that here? I took it here. From the swing high all the way down to that swing low, it went to the 2.7. Technically a negative 2.72 in that bottoming area, so it's got it's a chance that could be the bottom. But it's up 75% today, just this little bitty tiny candle on the daily. Had a nice sweet little move, and on the 4-hour looking bullish. Looks like it can still go up maybe to 4 cents. Going to target up here almost 6 cents there. So even from the area that is still at, it's a good almost 100% gain. I have to check if Astra is on crypto.com. You know, I don't remember seeing it there. Chris says he's using Apex for trades right now. I was playing around with Osmosis last night, and I'm telling you, they are growing a lot. There's going to be a lot of coins on there. I mean, a lot of Ethereum tokens over there too. Just kind of cool. They're starting to grow. They got limit order and dApps on top of it now. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But some of these DEXs are starting to broaden out more and give us a little bit more options. So, and some of them are starting to look a little bit more like our regular, centralized exchanges with some of the tools that they offer. Man, my voice is about to do something funky. But Astra, nice to see it finally do something, man, because it just dropped like a freaking rock from around 7 cents from when I first started getting into it. And that wasn't even the 7 cents. It's up here. Talk about a bag shrinking. That one shrank. So adding in at the bottom has helped that. I still don't know that I'm in a decent profit, but it was a very interesting play. It had to do with like digital identities. It was something that all those banker fellas and all that stuff would just really probably need. But I think it does it in a more decentralized way. I don't know. It looked cool. And Chris says the wildfire smoke is bad here today. You're on the West Coast too, right? Man, I hope it gets better. That's a sad story with all that. One hour for Astra is looking bullish, man. It's above the 200 moving average. 21's crossing over that. This one's still got some more moves to make there. I would look to the 4 hour for some targets with those moving averages, because it should be heading up about right at 6 cents. What I got on that. Let's check out Alley. This one is on crypto.com, because I think that's where I've got mine. And there it will stay because it's an ERC20 token, and I'm not paying the gas fee. All right, who's got the best chart for us? Well, Trading View. Sometimes it's kind of cool when they construct their own charts like that with all the data. So Alley looks like it's, are we in a double bottom situation here? Ooh, man. Death cross right there. How far can you go down after you do your death cross, Alley? Well, there was one. We don't want to see that happen again. That would suck. Don't think it will. I hope it don't. Oh, wow. Now here's the bottom that we... Okay, yeah. Don't shoot the messenger, but we're coming down on this one. Now it's currently at this point of support way over here. Key area. Draw a big horizontal line there. And so it was support, and then it started being resistance right here, and right here, and right here, even over here in this area. So we've got a little bit of a zone going on. Started to find a little support there, broke through. Will it find it again? Well, it's been knocking on that door and already punched a hole through the wallpaper. Moving averages say it's got some more momentum for the downside comments. So let's take a, not sure how to treat that big humongous wick. Wow. Now that was a good day. That was a good day for a lot of people. Even people that FOMO'd in on that one almost doubled their money. Could have bought the top over here at this area and still doubled your money on that way. All right, my 2.7 level is at 0.0339, right at 0.0334. And actually, there we go. This top down to this little wick right there, if you can probably barely see it. It's the first bottom it had before it took an upside. So that's the first one I want to measure, actually. That's the first one to have weight. And that's where we're at now. See if we can blow this up. That first little wick right there, and let me just tune it in a little bit better. And then the 2.7 is right where it came from, and the wick below. And now it's going to retest this area to 18.4. So let me go ahead and move, well, let's just move this guy down to match that. Now the 414 comes in with this other area that we were looking at. It was the 2.7 of this bigger move. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And that's just cool how they work out like that. Now that would be a lower low, so things would have to get kind of really bad for that to happen, I think. But we'll just leave that first mark there. Good chance may find some resistance or some support here. Now how long that support holds, it's a good question. And then we can get a target from that move, 0.0096 and 0.00687, which gives us some confluence of this bottom over here. And let's just visit the weekly. The weekly's got a red dot, but it's in a bottom area. Oh, is that money flow? Money flow just started showing up, and it's in the red. VWAP's coming down on the weekly. So, you know, it's in a struggle area right now. So it's very possible it can come down to 9 to 0.0096 to 0.0. Well, there we go. It's looking at it's already at 0.018. 0.0068 to 0.0096 area. This little area right here. It may take it a while to get there, but it's like a slow bleed that we'll kind of get. After this big, humongous pump that it had up and all the excitement, it's going to take this one a little while to cool down. So not the greatest news for Ali, or Althea Artificial Liquid Intelligence. The Hail Mary is that we'll find support here, but the moving averages, let's say that may not happen. Yeah. Let's go back to the chat real quick. This would be the quick way to do it. Yeah, Alberta, it was in Alberta, yeah, it was bad in the east recently too, yeah. So a lot of fires, hard on the voice and lungs too. I bet it is, man. And my alerts didn't work. So I'm here now. Yeah, I leave pumps hard sometimes, man. That was a good pump. About that SWFTC dump. Hey, not a member's in the house. And Boca Junior's back. Dog, how come the NASDAQ and SP 500 are pumping while Bitcoin is going down? What happens to Bitcoin with the stock market have a correction? I think we got a lot of those players out already, and they're just kind of waiting around to see what's going to happen with Congress and the SEC is my take on it, before they're willing to really put that big money back in. And so Congress is going in a much better direction and calling the SEC out and everything. They're about tired of all that. So they finally got the picture when they're starting to see the rest of the world, you know, they are. I mean, it's evident they're ahead of us now. And they don't want to look like the idiots. But, yeah, ES1 is just going crazy. Oh, and that sucks because I had to sell some stock pay some taxes. State taxes surprised me. I'm living now in a state with state tax, and I came from one that didn't have it. But wow, look at all that. I've still got my Tesla and those stupid Bitcoin trusts from Grayscale, which just almost broke even, and I should have sold a little bit there just to compensate me for the long down haul I'd had, because now we're back down at $13 on that. But yeah, the stock market is doing just fine and dandy, and crypto is suffering a little decline. I think we may be in for a pleasant surprise here, especially if what I see on the charts. If what I see plays out, then we're good. At least Bitcoin wise. Altcoins not looking so good. Maybe this area here on total 2 will catch, and that would be a hopeful scenario. We just kind of catch here, and then we'll come out and we'll eventually. Goodness gracious, would that be a bigger head and shoulders pattern that we could be making here? Could we be looking at something like this? Well, this one didn't really make it out of there. It's a little bit slanted. Come here, guy. Why can I not click that thing? Don't want to draw a new one. Where's my little widget thing? So when they don't light up means you don't have your neckline right. And there we go. I don't know how to get the other one off. For some reason it is just not. Could we be doing that? That looks entirely plausible. There we go. Now we got it. That's actually a nice head and shoulders, or inverted head and shoulders. That would be interesting, and that would be good. That would be good for altcoins. It does have that shape. I agree. So that might be cool. I could go with that. Let's kill these targets that don't matter now anyway, and let's. Some of them are going to be really close. And so that lines up with this 100 moving average on the weekly. Hey, that's confluence right there. What was that, 300 billion that would have to come into the market to make that happen? Actually, that gives me hope. Let's check out Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is still up here on the weekly, chugging along on the daily. Moving average is still doing just fine, getting strong. 4 hours about to take off. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin getting ready to take off again? All right, we broke out of that. We were looking at that on the 1 minute, I think, on a tiny time frame. If it would get above that point, and sure enough, it did, and it's going. And That's how you want to see your moving averages, man, right there. When they do that, woo, baby. So how far are you going to go up, Bitcoin? Here on the 1 minute. So what, 27, 25, 700? Let's see what the fibs say. 25.6, have a little hiccup. If we can go to 25.8, that would be awesome. I'll just move that. See, come up here, come up here. That would be cool. Is that the strawberry ice cream emoji? Where's that unicorn poop? Man, I saw one of the most hilarious real commercials. About something, what was it? The potty? I don't know. I forgot what it was. But it featured unicorn poop as ice cream. So it looks like a flag there, man. Had parabolic movement. Now this falling channel there. Moving average is looking good for Bitcoin right now. Indicators are kind of high right now. Going to do some red light, green light here. Man, that bearish momentum or that bearish divergence right there didn't really affect it very much at all. Money flow's coming up. That's the big thing to look for right there is money flow. So trade cool, very cool. Now we looked at Ali. There was another one mentioned. I'm scrolling back there trying to find it. Can't see it. So I think Chris has mentioned Swift before. People have mentioned SwftCoin. Let's take a look at SwftCoin. Who would have the let's go here to the Tether or KuCoin. Okay, so I've looked at it. This is not one that I'm in. Well, it looks like it's doing good. How's it looking on the weekly? Stochastics are kind of up there on the weekly. RSI is at a decent level, still going up. Not really seeing any divergence that would hinder it. There was bullish divergence down here, which probably gave us our bump up. Like a double bottom scenario there. Flip support. Flip resistance into support here at this area. Nice area. So if we come down in this area, probably that 50 moving average would be your best target. There's a 618 right here at 15,561. Blue line comes in at 4. Where'd you go, man? You get too close to it, it disappears. You get over here to it. 14,965. And this is I'm on the weekly here. What are we looking at? Let's look at the slower time frame. And that kind of comes into where our 9 is on the daily. Didn't even make it down there with this indecision candle it has right now. So it had this big wick to the upside right there. So that means it's going to chill out a little bit. Kind of like what it did over here, probably. Come down and retrace, come back down to the 9 and the 21, 9 and 21. So probably to retest this area right here. That may be a very good possibility right there. So 1447 for SwftCoin, but it looks good, man. And got the 50 crossing the 100, targeting that 200, and that's your buy signal on the daily. 4 hours already rocking. Still got some of that parabolic curve there. Watch me draw this line and curse it, and it just go to zero. I have that power. Oh my God, it did. It may have broke it. You can't put too much stock on them. They're guidelines. They don't have as much power as the straight line, which has not yet been broken. But man, candle sticking down here. Probably right where this other one's at. And it's at the 21 moving average right now. So just a little correction. And as long as this trend line here holds, then I think it's getting ready to go for another move to the upside. It hit my measured move from whenever we looked at this. Sweet. I like that. That, I believe, was also a 618. So it just blasted through those. Cool, man. If anybody caught that trade, we did talk about it. I didn't do anything with it, but it definitely worked out. Striga says it's dumped from 0.0023. You mean when we hit the target up here? Because that was Sunday. That was a year ago. So, I mean, hit the measure move. That's usually about as far as they go. Before a correction, I think that looks beautiful. It hit that beautifully. And now you can just take a fib. Came down to the 786 just from this swing low to that swing high. I mean, if we took this whole move, we're at the 618. So, looks good now. Striga says, my end is buffering. How is my stream health? It says my stream health is healthy right now. Excellent at the moment. So, if there was a problem, hopefully it fixed itself. So I watched it in real time. It missed my order like 0.0002. Oh no. Wow. So you had a limit order and yeah, that sucks when that happens. And after a while, you'll start spreading out some, dividing up your sell targets just to try to avoid that and front running a little bit. These little things that come little by little. Because yeah, it does suck when I've had that happen to me a couple of times, or probably more than a couple, I'm sure. But it's not fun when it does. But it looks like it. I mean, it will get back up there. It wicked it. It's going to candlestick it. I mean, it wicked it good. Remember, what gets wicked gets candlestick. That works on the upside as well as it does on the downside. However, 12 hours gives us a big, ugly red dot there. 12 hours is saying it's one of the dumps. 12 hour doesn't look good. Let's not. There are some signs it wants to come down. How the dot there. But now the 1 hour's not looking bad. It looks like it's catching here. Isn't it? But you break that parabolic structure. From what I see, it's got a good chance to catch here. And here I am saying it looks beautiful. Why is it getting bearish all of a sudden on the 12 hour here? definitely, I mean, it did have that run up. It's respecting that trend line, even though that's a very upfront trend line. I would put more weight into this one, but still coming back down to around the same areas. It may go sideways for a little bit, but I see it's got a good chance to come back up to these areas. It just may not do it really quickly. Take one more quick look here. So Astra, we haven't looked at Stacks. That's one I wanted to take a look at with Stacks. Binance would be a good place. Let's see what I got here on KuCoin. Oh, really? That looks rough for Stacks. On the moving averages don't look nice at all for Stacks. You got the 9 crossed over the 200 on the daily. The other two trailing right behind it there. Although we do have some divergence. So candle bodies to candle bodies coming down on the price. Moon wave, it's kind of leveling off, just angling up. And kind of doing the same thing right here on the RSI. So we got flat on the bottoms of those. And that, that is a form of bullish divergence. It's a little bit more of a weaker form. And we're also in this falling channel. Oh, if it doesn't make it up there, coming down here, trying to double bottom, but I got to see if that will hold. There's nothing really over here. Well, this price action could hold it, but 41 cents is what we got there. Moving averages look bearish, but there's some other signs here that say we could come up. I mean, it could still recover, just that 9 crossing over, but it ain't like we're gonna bounce here and just start going to the moon. It's going to have a lot of trouble right here at 56 cents and below. Oh well, I guess we're still in accumulation for Stacks. So I've been taking mine and moving it over to the X1st wallet and then trying to put it on the Alex exchange and do stuff over there. And bought a Bit8, got 2 Bit8s, which they've come down quite a bit. I think the floor is about 0.0004. 9 Bitcoin right through there. Striga says he's got an eye on it. And Boca says, how low could Arweave go? Yeah, I need to know that one too. Arweave, are you down that low? Because I've got a margin trade on that. How's it doing? I just had Arweave sitting over there doing nothing, so I thought, well, we'll put it over a margin and try to build a bigger bag. Which I'm doing fine, is managing my risk and everything. It just sucks that it's going down. Well, I mean, yeah, well, it's got to go down for me to accumulate, though, right? But where did it go? I can't even find it right here. So my debt ratio and all that is low risk, so I'm good there. But according to this, I'm down 35%. My liquidation is $2.70 though. So it's got to drop quite a bit to start getting me into some big trouble there. But I don't want to flirt with the idea of it happening. I do like this. Well, it looked like it touched there, but I'm trying to draw that a little bit more accurate. Candle bottom, or candle body. I'm on the daily here. It could still come down a little bit. $100 crossed over the 200. Not great, but it's not a sharp angle, so that leans a little bit more sideways on the bigger picture. And these are far away from the 200, so we're kind of around bottom territory. Just don't know that we've hit it yet. Or local bottom territory. Just don't know that we've hit it. Oh man, are you saying 304? Fib says a possible $3 area. I mean, that could just be a slow burn down there somehow, or, you know, come back up and do something crazy like that. Slow bleeding down there could happen with the sideways motion with our bigger EMA or moving averages there. What else have we got here? Let's do this a different way. $618 level from that move has been touched. That could be a good sign. Next area there, that was the 2.7, didn't hold, came back up, went down. Next one here brings us in at 4.19 cents, and that one looks pretty doable. And we got this one, which could be very valid, at $3.10, which we already got from a different one on a different fib. So that's confluence, so that kind of gives that a little extra strength there too. Sadly, it will keep going down. Although this might be a nice little bump to get us back up to this area about 627. Could see that happen. Where's it at right now? It's at 538, so that's about $1. It could do that, but I do see a good chance for it to come down to 419, maybe down to 312 there. Gosh, I need to make some plans for how to work that out. So I need to take advantage of this move to the upside. Because I got a support resistance area right there. So my play for what I've got to do to work this out, since I'm down 35%, is that I've got to watch this closely, and I got to start putting some limit orders in this zone. And I would go, and these would be sales, or I've got enough debt ratio that I can actually borrow and short it. Where'd you go, man? This little rectangle guy. So I'd be pyramiding orders here, heaviest ones and down to the lowest ones, and that will give me some more free capital and save me from all that percentage down. And then I'll start targeting then pyramiding from these areas to buy it back in, and that should help me maybe even get back into profit. And I did something very similar with QNT, and even though it's down, yeah, I'm still in profit on that one, barely by 2%. But I bought it above the levels it's at now, so you can finagle that kind of stuff, recycle it on the way down, and kind of save yourself a little bit. But yeah, I would love to see this one take off. And I got faith in it. It's just going to go through a little dry spell there. And let's see what we got on the 4 hour if I line that up. The 4 hour, we're below it. So your lines will change depending on, you know, where you draw them on different time frames. So I like to readjust them sometimes on the time frames. I like to base everything on the 4 hour. Or a lot of things on the 4 hour. Striga says I tried to do that and it's quite challenging. It can be, yeah, but it can work. And I want to take a look over here at MexC, checking on my phone here. I need to set up an account on the desktop that I can go to easier and kind of show you guys as I do it. Oh, Caspa seems to be doing pretty decent. Still a lot of them out there that took a hit. I'm not seeing anything standing out to me there. Hour looks good on the bubbles though. Oh, ADA made it above 25 cents. And that one got hit hard. Atom, I still think is in a good place to buy. It's kind of like with Decred around the $12 mark. Atom has an $8 mark, man. It kind of does that same thing. But my little buying spree for right now is pretty much over, just to control my risk and see if we start going down. But what we saw on total, was it total 2? I think it was on the daily here of that possibility. That does give me hope. Now on the shorter time frame, or in the smaller picture, I guess you'd say, we had like this falling wedge pattern. We broke to the upside and now came back into it. So I mean, now I got to do this. So it's a channel. Isn't that crazy how that works? It was a falling wedge and now it turns to the channel, and the lines, actually the parallels, angles and everything kind of match up kind of nice too. So we wick below it, but we're still holding that. That's a good sign. And that green dot on total 2 gives me hope. Might get some more upside out of these altcoins. And you know, we got that falling wedge right here. It kind of looks like a stiletto heel, right? And what gets candlestick, so we just came down to candlestick it, and this 618 seems like it's holding. I'm just going with it. It's going to hold. I mean, it's showing me signs it has a good chance to hold here on the daily. So we may see a little bit of upside out of altcoins, but overall, I mean, it's still got to fight, man. Because we got to see total 2 get above this area right here. We got to see it get back above that 200, and some of those moving averages are still coming down, getting ready to cross. So a little bit of upside and a fight to hold it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I thank you guys for being here, joining me today. Yeah, now I'm fiddling with the buttons because I lost Elvis. I lost Elvis. It's for real, man. I got that little guy.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
See, I should do all this stuff before I say that I'm going to end the stream. Oh, I'm so dumb. And one of these days we'll get it. Duh. All right. Thanks for being here, guys, man. trying to do the lives a little bit more. I was so tempted to skip this, but Thursday is my given night, man. That's my dedicated night. Thursday night's dedicated. But I'm trying to fill up those spaces in between. But putting a video out today just kind of put me a little behind schedule on a lot of things, but had to get a video out on render. All right, guys. Appreciate you being here. And leave you with this little guy.